What up, YouTube? Leroy Green 85. Namaste. Another Best Buy upgrade and save, and this is pretty much the last week. If pretty much everyone knows, ends May 11th. So, got a whole bunch of stuff today. Let's see what I got here. I had to go to like two Best Buys just to find this. This is the Dick Tracy Blu-ray and digital copy set. Warren Beatty came out in 1990. Produced and starring and directed by Warren Beatty. Actually, pretty much well, I wouldn't say it's underrated. People pretty much really know it's it's a classic for sure. Probably one of the more very colorful comic adaptations I've seen. I mean, they really took the idea of a comic and kind of made it to film. And being at the technology at that time, I gotta say the look of the film, the cinematography, it's great. It's very good. Al Pacino, of course, hands it up as Big Boy Capone. So yeah, I mean the only thing I guess is that sucks is there's no special features, no commentary, no making of, no retrospective, which would have been really nice. And it was $18, but with the $5 upgrade trade and save, it was $13. And for this, I think that's probably the cheapest you're gonna get, especially for this year. So definitely a great buy. Of course, Hellboy, the director's cut. Last week I got Hellboy 2, so I happened to see this, and I was like, great. And to my knowledge, it was $7.99, so I got a steal there. Guillermo del Toro, Ron Perlman, and this is basically based off a comic, of course, by Hellboy, and it's really good. I mean, it's Guillermo del Toro style directing. Ron Perlman's really good as Hellboy. It's very, if you're into sci-fi, kind of like that horror fantasy genre, you can't beat this. It's great. Well, anyone that was around that time, around 1999, knows what I'm talking about. This is before The Hangover, before all those other things that's come the last couple of years. I mean, this is, the late 90s version of what we saw with Porky's, and this is quite much for my generation. So yeah, it's a raunchy, is it corny, is it all those things above? Yeah. The new one that came out last year, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I think it was more made for the fans of that the original. So, I mean, this was $10 and then -5 for trade and save, so $5. Good upgrade. All right, let's see here. I'll be back. Now this, I mean, I don't even have to even explain the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the mind frame from James Cameron, Linda Hamilton, Michael Bain, etc., etc. I finally decided to get this because I think this is the newly remastered version. So I saw this and it was for $10, -5 for upgrade trade and save. So I've been dying to get this. This is something you have to have in your collection. So I'm very excited about that. Jurassic Park. This, I mean, Steven Spielberg. I mean, this is just a masterpiece of filmmaking. I didn't get a chance to see the re-release 3D version of theaters, and I heard it's excellent. And I mean, I've seen this on cable maybe about a couple weeks ago, and it doesn't miss a beat. I mean, you would think like it'll be a little outdated. No, the technology is brilliant. The storytelling is masterful, Spielberg style. I'm not a fan of the sequels. I don't think they hold up very well. So I was glad when they finally released them as single packs. So this again was 18 -5, 13. Like I said, I think Universal, they don't really drop the prices for these type of movies. So 13, I guess, is the cheapest you're gonna find on some Blu-ray. This is not a Blu-ray, but for $5, Short Circuit 2. It's a very cheesy 80s sequel. Actually, underrated sequel. Some people might actually say that the sequel is better than the original. I mean, that's, apples for oranges. I wouldn't say so, but, it's Johnny Five, of course, and of course, the Wally Pixar character kind of has a little liking to it. Um, yeah, the guy who plays Fisher Stevens, of course, it's typical 80s. He's playing an Indian character and is not from Indian descent, which is kind of fucked up. But I mean, he does, that little shtick. For $5, I mean, it was kind of nostalgic in my childhood, so $5 is not gonna kill me. Again, since I'm trying to take advantage of all these classics now on Blu-ray at a decent price, another Universal classic, Spielberg. Second film, Jaws. I mean, this is pretty much when we consider the birth of the actual blockbuster. I mean, what else needs to be said about this? Again, this was $18 minus 5, 13, and again, I don't think at all this year we're gonna find this at this price, so I had to do it. And pretty much what I got it for was the special features. And the one I've been dying to see is this documentary called "The Shark Is Still Working: The Impact and Legacy of Jaws." So I'm going to be geeking out to this and watching the special features. I mean, this is going to be great, definitely. I'm more into the classics, so if I can, like this one here, Planet of the Apes. This is the original, Charlton Heston, Roddy McDowell. I'm not a big fan of the remake. I did like Rise of the Planet of the Apes with James Franco. That was a pretty much different take of Planet of the Apes. But this, I mean, if you're into sci-fi, you're into like political satire, I think this is perfect. I didn't really get too much into the sequels, but this, I mean, I already had the DVD, but I figured, to upgrade and, your collection. And then it was like, again, this was $10 minus $5. Great save. Now this, I mean, any Disney Blu-ray, it's gonna always be like $30. It's fucking ridiculous. I finally found this for 20, and then figuring the $5 off, 15 for Tron Legacy on Blu-ray. I figured that's the cheapest I'm gonna find it, so I didn't want to pay 15, but for this I do. I mean, a lot of people are kind of iffy. I think this is a pretty good sequel to Tron, and one of the reasons is the Kill It soundtrack by Daft Punk. I mean, it is truly a geekasm for sure. I thought the story was pretty good. I mean, could have been a little more plot-wise, a little better. Yeah, I mean, but I think if they get another chance to do another sequel, which is already in the works, I think they're going to work out some of the potential things that we probably were looking for, hopefully, and so another sequel, we get a chance to do that. And if you did get a chance, Disney XD had a cartoon version that took place between Tron and Tron Legacy, and if you get a chance to, I think it's called Tron Uprising. Very good cartoon, by the way. Oh man, this is, come on. I mean, if you don't have the Patriot, I don't know who you are. I mean, I found this as part of the $10 deal. It's $5. Mel Gibson. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to say much about that. Oh, Heath Ledger, the late great Heath Ledger. And gotta get T2. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. This is also $10 minus 5, so great trade and save. I mean, this is considered probably one of the great, if not the greatest sequel ever made. And I don't think it's the greatest sequel. It is one of the greatest. I mean, great storytelling. The idea of making Arnold not the villain, actually making him the good guy this time. So and the technology. I mean, it's just I can only imagine what it looks like on Blu-ray. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's about it. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it's fucking addicting, as you guys know. I did actually get some stuff online, which I'll probably do a video probably tomorrow. I'm getting a lot of intel from other blue tubers about the steelbooks, so I'm figuring Best Buy, they're probably not gonna have it. It's probably gonna be online, which is a waste of my time. But hopefully Walmart will have it sometime tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. It's $12.96. I mean, I could definitely get a few. So then, thank you and peace.